السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to a surprise live stream of Love Talks Live. Trying to get this stuff situated, inshallah ta'ala. Why is it saying this thing is bugged out? I don't know. 1 second. Inshallah, we have a good topic, juicy topic. I don't know if I open it up or not. إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. Good topic. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, you can follow me, Abdul Kabir Muhammad al-Maliki. Or you can follow our page, The True Aqidah of the Salaf. All the videos are there, and you can go through them. You can go through all of the videos and the featured section. The Aqidah videos, this type of podcast, we call it Love Talks Live. And you can see all of the past recordings and get live interaction with me and everybody that I work with. Inshallah ta'ala. So today, Love Talks Live is normally fun. We're not going to have so much fun today. Gut check time. So, I forgot to put the title. Oops. I didn't change it. Sorry. Look, I'm not professional. I'm trying out a new streaming software, and it's fun, but I don't think I like it. It's a little bit complicated. Give me 1 second to get all this set up. And as y'all know, inshallah ta'ala, I'll deal with questions, comments, and concerns at the end of the presentation. I'm going to try my best not to make this long. But this is it's a long topic, long discussion, serious discussion. Make sure y'all drop a comment as well. If you don't have anything to say, just throw me a thumbs up, heart the video if you agree and like our content. It helps out the algorithm of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And drop a comment, Assalamu alaikum or something. Hey brother, nice jalabia. Thanks for the topic. Whatever, anything that can help the algorithm of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Okay, there's our topic. The rights men have over women. We in the books today. I try not to make like the love talks and the marriage podcast / live streams, whatever y'all want to call it nowadays. I try not to make it too technical. But this calls for a lot of technicality. A lot of technicality. I'm just checking something real quick. Looking up an Arabic word so I can make sure I can speak and translate within context. Did I freeze up on your phone? Mm. Well, my phone is froze. That's weird. Okay. So, as y'all know, I like to do a lot of social commentary. I'm deeply into. Um, I'm deeply. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for the share. I'm deeply into relationships and love and so forth. It's the fabric of society. Say we can't share. Uh, I don't know. I should be fixed by now. I fixed it to public. Uh, oh, so if you're watching from the sisters group, um, it was switched to private, so it won't be able to be shared from the sisters group. But you can go to my page. It's live on my page, and if you feel the need to share it, share it. I don't think I'm gonna be so much more. I'm already not really popular with the ladies, but I don't think I'm gonna be a lot less popular today. But I'm not here to be one of those internet personalities that people connect with for all of the wrong reasons. I'm here to relay the haq. That's it. I'm not here to appease anybody. Um, Speaking of appeasement, I'm no yada. I'm a man's man. I don't care if I got $1 billion. I'm not giving no woman from nowhere, short of my mother, and I'm not even gonna give her no $250,000 allowance a month. Disclaimer. Disclaimer. We can argue and fight about that one all day. That is absurd. All these people starving, all the babies dying in Gaza. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve them. That is just that is extravagance, which is haram in Islam. And to even announce that is weird. Gog and Magog, what's going on, Aki? Um, yeah, that's gonna be another topic for another day. But um, a lot of my posts are social commentary. That's what I pride myself on. And sometimes satire. I like to joke. I try not to be too serious because I like everybody to learn in the seriousness and some of the jokes or whatnot. But um, honestly, I believe that with this whole gender war thing, um, I get a lot of flack 'cause I speak out. As y'all know, I'm an outspoken individual, and when I speak, I try to be right and exact. I try my best to be right and exact. So, yeah, that's that. That's what that is. Let's look at my camera's turned. That's weird. Looks weird. Um, so, um, a lot of the responses, the rebuttal, a lot of it is appreciated, and I'm very good at letting a sister know I respect your mind. I appreciate your mind. Um, I I can never be taken as a misogynist or any of the such. Um, I'm an individual that has assumed some level of leadership in the community. And I pay my dues and have paid my dues to be as such. And a lot of the rebuttal comes from just deviancy inside of our women. I'm just gonna throw it all the way out there. And like I said, this is gut check time. This is more of a coach to the team from us losing a bad game or us losing the championship. We ain't gonna have a good conversation if we just lost the championship and we didn't follow the plan. Nobody was listening to the coach. Not that I'm the coach that everybody has to listen to, but I definitely try to align myself with those ideals that everybody will listen to. So I don't let myself get caught up in things that are basically not supported by Islam. And a lot of times I won't say Islam, I won't say the Prophet. I'll just share something or I comment on something, and it will always 100% be with an Islamic perspective. So, with that being said, I don't know if it's simply deviancy inside of our women or rebellion inside of our women, or if it's just ignorance. Either way, um, uh, the tool of social media is being misused by our women, and it's been misused because to propagate what I think is a very, very, very toxic mentality in our community, and it most definitely is a problem. Yes, I'm married. I have my own woman, my own family, and my own life to quote unquote worry about. But like I said, uh, I am a leader in my community, as is all other men, as are all other men in the community. We're all leaders. If I'm not the imam or if I'm not the amir or whatnot, my vote counts as to who will be the imam or the amir or whoever the board or whatnot. The men assume that responsibility, and I'm involved. I'm very much so involved. So I have something to say, and like I said, I put in that work so that I can have, some type of legitimacy and right to say something. And I don't feel like, with that being said, I don't feel like we moving in the right direction as men and women. And the responsibility definitely goes on the women. I'm gonna jump out there. I don't hold no punches. I don't try to be obscure or ambiguous in my speech. I'm not that type of guy. It is what it is with me. And I say that because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the woman, told the women to obey the man and the men. It was not the reverse. This is why it always seems like I'm coming at the women. And to quote some of the the disrespect that I feel like I received, from various women in our community. The sassiness, the corniness. I was called pathetic. uh, um, uh, uh, things along those lines. Uh, Ambiguous posts were made to say, get you a boyfriend if you so worried about women or something like that. This is coming from Muslim women. This is completely haram and inappropriate. First and foremost, no, I'm not your husband. No. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that the men are the protector and maintainer of the women. So that respect has to be there, whether I'm your husband or whether I'm not your husband. And vice versa. I've said this all the time. I've said this before. Brothers, I don't know what y'all do in the ladies' locker room, but in the brothers' locker room, what we do, as far as I know in my experience, and I haven't seen anything other than this. Brothers would say, "Hey, y'all know the sister? Y'all know Shorty? Before who's her husband? So anybody know her husband? Anybody friends with her husband on Facebook? Let's holler at the brother, because the sister talking out the side of her hijab. Women, on the other hand, y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that. Y'all come straight. Whew, y'all, just like I can only imagine what your intended or your husband or lack thereof is experiencing. I can only imagine. If I'm nobody and I just said one thing, I'm a stranger and I just said one thing that you don't agree with for whatever reason, because you're harboring and harnessing feminist ideologies. That's what this is. Individuals that have a feminist mentality are the people that give me some flack, not the people that have an Islamic ideology. And we're going to get to the Islamic ideology. Believe me, I spend the majority of my day learning, rehearsing, and engraving the Islamic ideology in my brain before I step or before I say anything. And I can pretty much bet my bottom dollar I don't know a sister that's on my page that's even neck to neck with me that's doing that, working that hard. Maybe she's there out of the 4,000 something people that I have as friends and however many 4,000 followers. Maybe she might be there. We don't know about it. But I go hard. I go real hard. Really, really, really hard. And I go really hard with Quran and Sunnah according to the way of the Salaf. I go really hard with that. And that's one path with 4 different lanes, with 7 different lanes. So, uh, if we turn and look to the side, we know what's in those other lanes. It ain't like it's unknown and all, it's not ambiguous whatsoever. So, with that being said, um, this is a mentality that we have inside of our society. And if certain women are not so much engaged and involved in it, it's an option for them to be engaged and involved in it. She might not be doing it at this particular time, but these types of women, I don't know what we can even classify it as. Alpha women, because I'm seeing all these um, social classifications by all these influencers. I don't know what y'all call it. Independent women, um, alpha women. I don't know. Whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The sassy women. I don't know. I don't know. But uh, Islamically, this is haram. This is haram. We don't do this. Just like uh, y'all know, and we're gonna go deep into y'all favorite verse. Every single woman's favorite verse in the whole Quran. Men are the protector and maintainers of women. We gonna get there. Believe me. Believe me. But I gotta give y'all an introduction before we go in there and why I'm making this video. So there is no gender war, ladies and gentlemen. There is no gender war. The men have the upper hand. The men have the say so. And I'm not talking about I'm we do not have to discuss the obvious. We don't need to talk about the guy that physically abused you in your past. We don't need to talk about the guy who stole your money. We don't have to talk about the guy who was a couch potato. We don't need to discuss that. We know that's wrong. And we know that that is not Islamic. We know that. We don't need to waste no time discussing that. We're having a problem with this so-called independence with our women. Other cultures are not really having this problem. Even though they have a higher percentage overall of quote unquote successful women, they're not having these problems that we're having in the African American community, and in particular, the African American community. You don't see a lot of videos of, Indian sisters, Arab sisters dogging out their men. You don't see that a lot. And those brothers take another wife secretly, all the stuff y'all be saying, not practicing polygyny the correct way, as if there is a correct way. I ain't seen a woman yet show me the Quran or Sunnah on that. This whole, polygyny can be beautiful if a brother does it the right way. Ain't no other way. Ain't no right way. I know y'all got emotions and all that stuff. I'm a man. That ain't my thing. Y'all got to go to the Our Souls Desire Islam. Y'all got to go to that to do that. Right now, you with the brother uh, who participates in the leadership in the community, which is attributive to the protection of you, sisters. The men are the protector and the protectors and the maintainers of the women. We are the ones that build the masjid. We are the ones that control the masjid. We're the ones that drop the influence in the masjid. There's a man khatib. There's a man imam. There's a man leading the prayer, not women. Y'all don't even have to come to Jum'ah. Y'all don't even have to come to the masjid. That's not y'all's affair. That's our affair. Those are roles of leadership. So every man is uh, due respect for at least that amount, that for that reason. And that's what I'm going towards. And also, all the men have to act as a wali, a wakil, the protector. Those both of those words mean protector as well. We have to do that for y'all. Y'all can't even give y'all self away in marriage. Y'all can't do that. You're not as free and independent as America had told you that you are, which is my problem. We have a lot of sisters, and I understand that sisters are just now coming to Islam, or maybe had came to Islam 10 years ago and just been here and there learning and juggling Western society and being a woman that's already disadvantaged every way, shape, form, and fashion. And then she goes and becomes a Muslim, and now she's even more disadvantaged. I'm the most empathetic to that. I'm the most empathetic to that. That is the reason why I'm the one that built the sisters group that we have because of this. So I'm not misogynistic. I'm not against women. I'm for women. Y'all got almost 5,000 members in y'all's group. Because I tell y'all all the time, I'm not a woman. And I teach my wife as much as possible. I help her friends as much as possible. I've, which are the admin of the group. I make sure that they're connected with other resources that can also help and give our women resources. Okay, so I'm not a misogynist. I support the women. I give the women their independence. I don't get involved in the women's stuff. I don't go in the group. I don't like stuff. I don't look at the videos. I don't none of that. My wife will literally be oh shoot. Did it cut off the video? Yes, Fareed. Uh, hold on 1 second, y'all. Hey, salam alaikum. Let me call you back in about an hour. I'm teaching a class. You gonna be on the phone? By the phone? Okay. All right, salam alaikum. My millionaire friend. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so I'm for women. I'm all for the women. Give them the independence. My wife should be in the living room. She'll be right here at my desk, and she'll have 10 to 15 sisters, and they won't even be covered on her screen. I don't even go in the living room. I don't come around. I don't say nothing. When they call me, when they need something, I'm there. That's it. But all of them sisters, they respectful. Definitely, my wife is respectful. Everybody is respectful. So I'm making this video um, I think we need to correct this narrative. I think we need to straighten things out because the goal is for us, the African Americans, to be like the other um, 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 nationalities who have been successful at establishing Islam as their culture. This is the goal. This is the goal. I think we have a romantic fantasy going on in the African American Muslim community, to where it's like, oh, look, Allah says it right here in the Quran. The man is the protector and the maintainer. They don't see nothing else in that verse. They don't see nothing else in that verse. And I'm gonna show y'all the rest of the verse. So you ain't mad at me, you mad at Allah. And for the ones who don't want to submit. So uh those other cultures, they're not having the problems that we are having because their women back down and back off and allow their men to lead. And that leadership, like I see on Facebook all day, that leadership is not on the cusp of whether he can provide or he cannot provide. Go to Palestine, go to Sudan, go to Ethiopia, go to the Congo. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect and preserve our brothers and sisters. They do not have a pot to use the bathroom in and a window to throw it out of. And you do not see any Sudani women, You do not see any Ethiopian women, any Somalian women, any Palestinian women making memes and podcasts and stuff about how they men ain't nothing and he ain't nothing because he can't provide. You don't see it because they understand the assignment. The assignment is not that the man's value in totality is what he can do for you financially. That's not even mentioned. It's implied in y'all's favorite ayah, but it ain't even mentioned. It's not even mentioned. And if you look through so many different tafasir, mostly our ulama who are greater than all of us, women and men alike, speak about that. They interpret that verse. Men are the protectors and maintainers of the women. When they interpret that ayat appropriately, they mostly talk about the leadership that a man must uh, display for a woman, his women and his family, and the women in the community as a whole. That's 95% of the tough seed. And I'm gonna leave it to you because y'all so smart and y'all so educated and y'all independent and y'all ain't gotta listen to Ustad Abdul Kabir and Muhammad. Y'all ain't gotta listen to me. I'm gonna leave you to go and look at it. But we gotta get some things straight. We can't carry on like how we have been. It's not correct. Um, um, I made a status that didn't really that offended a lot of women that and it said that the problem that we're having, and we speaking from the African American perspective, the problem that we're having is we have women who don't have fathers telling men how to be fathers. Uh, it's a punch in the stomach, but it's not a shot. It's not a shot in the head. The shot in the head is our women being outside of the ideology of submission to us. And I reiterate, because I see more and more people are tuning in. Don't lose your mind. Keep your hijab tight. Don't lose your mind. I'm not speaking about the bums. They're not even worth the conversation. I do not need to give you an ayah or a hadith to tell you that that the brother shouldn't be going upside your head. I do not have to give you an ayah or a hadith to tell you that a brother should be withholding your sustenance. I don't have to we don't have to talk about that. This is y'all know this. That's simple stuff. But what I'm starting to see increasingly is all I see is sisters talk about is a high dowry because the man is a dog and he gonna leave you anyway. He gonna take another wife anyway, and when he do take another wife, boom, I'm out. And that's not a grounds to divorce. I haven't seen it. I'm not the sheikh or the shuyukh or none of that. I'm associated with them guys. I ain't seen that. I haven't seen that. Maybe one of maybe one of our sheikha, maybe y'all can enlighten everybody and bring us not your Islamic opinion according to the fiqh of Facebook. Not that. You can have that. That ain't no. Go to the actual fiqh books and show me this. We ain't talking about polygyny, but I'm saying all I see is high dowries. I'm worth it, and they not. And I mean, I'm confused about the worth. Like our dear sister, and and contributor to my platform, to me and my wife's platform, Sister Fatima, Sister Divine Forson. She said something very, 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 very eloquent from a woman's perspective. How you can put a value on your worth? Your mahar, your dowry is not your value. That is silly. And I see a lot of I mean, that's silly. And sisters, that's That's silly. Don't get caught in that mess. And the second thing, all that I see sisters talking about is how much a man can maintain and provide. That's it. That's it. Rarely do I see. So I do see it. I do see it. I do see some sisters, correcting it and putting it right. I do sometimes. Majority, majority speaking, most of them are talking about. Excuse me. Most of them aren't talking about fiqh and hadith and akida. Now in our group, we definitely push that. We most definitely push that. So in the ladies group that we have, alhamdulillah, we're not pushing materialism, which is all that is. So I want to go to. Um, we need to go to this ayah, and we need to get things understood. So there is no gender war. What we need to understand first and foremost, because the vast majority of the people that follow my platform are African American. We have an obtruse position in the world. Uh, the transatlantic slave trade had a nuclear fallout, not common knowledge. So I know a lot of people can't be a lot of people, just not sisters, a lot of people, mostly sisters, can't be blamed because y'all not conscious of this. Everybody's in survival mode. Everybody that's part of the nuclear fallout of the transatlantic slave trade. We all pushing, working, going to college, going to college, so that we can have a little bit of something. Because everything was taken away from us, even our culture from where we came, mostly Liberia, Western Africa, Northern Africa, mostly. I seen various studies that said that African Americans are like 70% the descendants of West Africa. So which is all Maliki and Ashari. Fun fact. But um, we don't have that identity anymore. For better than that, we don't have an identity at all. The identity that we have now, like the things that we do as Black folks, that ain't technically a culture and ain't technically an identity. It's just the result of our everyday being Black. That's it. We don't have we don't have an established culture and identity anymore. So that's been ripped away from us. Also, our religion was ripped away from us. We were Muslim coming from over here, a lot of us, and some of them wasn't. That was ripped away from us. So we don't have a culture and we didn't have a religion. So we kind of just lost. We're here and we just exist. And out of that predicament are going to become is going to come the mistakes that we're seeing and the downfall that we've seen with our people only. We don't see nobody else. We don't see too many other people doing the embarrassing things that we do on a daily basis. It just doesn't exist in most other cultures. So um um where I'm going with that is we if we don't really truly know why we're in the position that we're in. Also, I forgot to mention, all I hear is high dowry, how much a man can take care of a woman, and and I forgot what I was about to say. I'm overheating. I'm literally sweating while I'm saying this. Let me come back to it. Um, but without us knowing exactly where what our position is, we're going to make these mistakes. We're going to make these horrible mistakes. Oh, the 50-50. That's what I was going to say. Sorry. We talk about 50-50. Like we see women shaming uh, other women who choose to contribute to their household because they may. The vast majority of us have to. Newsflash. Yes, it's an ideal situation that the brother would be making a sufficient amount of money and he could be paying for everything. Yes, that is what is promoted first and foremost in Islam. It's not haram for a woman to work and contribute to her household. It's not. It's common. If you go deep into the hadith literature, you'll see so many instances where a family owned some property, a garden, or fruit, fruit farms or whatnot, and the women, the mother, the daughters, they were working out in the field. They were for their garden. They were. It was not. It was not nothing haram. This is something that's well known within the hadith literature. But of course, that doesn't fit with the nafs. It doesn't fit with the nafs of my money is my money and his money is mine. That is so silly. Even though it's true, it's silly. It's really, really, really silly. It is that it's really silly, y'all. Especially being African Americans when literally we make, because of the color of our skin, we make on average about 35 to $38,000 less than all other nationalities in this country, just because of the color of your skin and who you are or aren't. This country still has policies, racist policies at play that is hindering the progression of black people altogether, let alone the black man. The black man. Y'all should know, y'all were not attacked like we were attacked. Y'all were affected by us being attacked by this racist system, but y'all were not attacked like we were. They needed y'all more than they needed us. They needed y'all to produce more slaves. We were the slaves. We had to do all that backbreaking work and all of they hung us on trees and chopped our heads off and burned us alive and so on and so forth. They made y'all watch, which is traumatic. And it's not, we're not going to play oppression gymnastics, but and when that ain't to the same category and degree. But we're men. We take a harsher punishment, we take bigger risks. Y'all know that we fight wars, y'all don't. So um my point is, from bringing all that up, things are not the way that it's supposed to be with African Americans. That's the first thing that we got to understand. So there needs to be some peace with the situation of the black man. On average, the black man only makes $48,000, and that's 67% of black men. So the horror stories that take over Facebook is not the norm. That's the abnormal situation. The Bureau of Labor and Statistics, go and look it up yourself. Y'all smart, y'all educated, y'all got degrees to go. Go and look it up at the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, and you'll see nearly 70% of all black men work. We work. We do. And the vast majority of us only make $48,000 a year. That's $10,000 less than our white counterparts. That's $20,000 less than our Asian counterparts. And in the Asian counterpart, they include Arabs and they include Indians, which a lot of them are Muslim. So y'all going to the masjid and y'all seeing how the Arabs and the Indian sisters are living. They driving a big Lexus, and she talking about the trip she just came off of from Fiji with her husband, and and all this stuff. And then they got to go back to the top of the city where they live with a big house with they $100,000 a year that they each make a year, and you got to go back to your neighborhood, to the hood, and then you come back with that mentality and you put that on the man, on your man, and your men in your community. So just that, and please forgive me for saying this, but just whining and crying about it on Facebook is not going to change the fact that we are historically oppressed. And that's the reason why black men can't provide. And then you get black men that go and, you know, black men go into depression because of this. And we don't even know it. He out here trying. He ain't in the streets. He got a woman. He trying to work a job. He filling out applications, and He just can't figure out why it's not working. It's because there's a racist, oppressive regime breathing down our back, breathing fire down our back. It's a fact. It's a statistical fact. And I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, we don't give men excuses because of that, because LeBron James is a billionaire or Michael Jordan is a billionaire. Yeah. How many billionaires are in the black community? We don't have a culture that's producing black billion and millionaires. Only 5% of all black people make over $150,000 a year. But the way that you see our women talking on Facebook, you would think that every man makes $150,000 a year and he just dogging his woman and not giving her nothing. That's the way our women talk about us. That's the way our women talk about us. I don't see a lot of men posting bad things about women. I don't see it. Maybe it's just the algorithm on my social media sites. Maybe. It could be. I don't know. But I don't see as many men posting about women who can't cook and can't clean and whatever, attributes y'all want to attribute to women. Just like y'all attribute being a financial provider to men all day long. You see women talking about what they want for men and what they ain't gonna do for a man, and a man got to be doing this, he got to be doing that, and boom, 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 going on down that road. Men ain't doing that. We too busy steady trying to get that $150,000 that y'all say that y'all want, which more than likely ain't coming. And the vast majority of these independent alpha black women that are, spewing this feminism, vast majority of y'all in the upper 60s as well. I've seen different reports, but about 63% of black women only make like $40,000 to $45,000 a year. Vast majority. So y'all yourselves not even making all this money to where your dowry can be $100,000 or 20,000 or 30,000 and a trip to Fiji, and I got to own a $500,000 house. I mean, you don't have to contribute nothing. That ain't even y'all situation. Vast majority of y'all, vast majority of black women do not make $100,000 a year, which still is not rich. That's doing pretty well for yourself, but it's not rich. Vast majority, I think only 2%, if I'm not mistaken, only 2% of black women make over $150,000. So we got too many of our women talking about what their worth is and putting this astronomical monetary value on their wealth. And I'm gonna be real. It's cause y'all pretty. Y'all pretty. Y'all got the filters. Y'all got all the stuff that all the tricky stuff that women do, and then put it on Facebook and get 1,000 likes. And because you're beautiful, anything that you say, everybody obeys it. Both men and women. It doesn't matter if it's Quran or it's not. It doesn't matter if it's Sunnah or it's not. Because you're beautiful, you're allowed to say whatever you want to say. And you're allowed to be so empowered and so pro women. And we're not going to let these men get away with this. And my sis, her husband took two wives and she didn't know about it. And we're going to drag all the Muslim men. And we're going to start this whole propaganda if it's done right. This is just an example. This is just an example. Has it happened? Not as much as y'all think it has. But just because you're beautiful, you feel you're allowed to say whatever you want to say. You get a lot of likes, a lot of hearts, a lot of mashallahs up under your pictures, a lot of brothers in the inbox. This has told you that your dowry should be $100,000, should be $20,000, $30,000. Sisters are saying, on average, and this is just my own calculation, this ain't official. I'm seeing sisters wanting 10 to 15 to 20, between 10 and $20,000. That's a quarter up to half of what a man makes on average a year. Don't nobody got that put in the bank to just give away to a woman, and I gotta pay for the wedding. That's gonna run me $5, $6, $7, $8, $9,000. Ain't no brothers got no $40,000 put up. There might be one sister out of all these people. I see it's 158 comments, 200 plus comments. I'm sorry, I ain't got to them yet. I know I done offended the whole world. I know I have. Well, news to you. But it might be one person out of all the 200 and some plus odd comments, one sister that might have got something like that. I can guarantee you 10 sisters can't say that they got $20,000 for a mother. And that ain't happening. It ain't going down like that. So my point is, this whole gender war was started by women. One woman was hurt, and women stick together. Y'all stick together. If one woman is hurt, immediately y'all go with. I didn't had a lot of situations brought to me because alhamdulillah, people trust me to know some things. And I done had some stuff brought to me. Okay. And I tell the sister, I'm like, hold on, I need to hear the other side of the story. I'm not saying that you're lying, but we got to give the brother benefit of the doubt. 99% of the time, when something gets brought to me and they need it worked out, 99% of the time, it's like 3 or 4 or 5 sisters. They like, this happened to her, and this, and he did this, and he did that, and he did this. He probably did. He might have. I'm not taking that away from you. But thinking with your emotions. Thinking with your emotions. Y'all stick together. One man could be like, dang, man, my wife, she just ran off with some other guy and took him. I just paid the dowry, and oh, man, we could be going on and on. Hey, brothers ain't gonna say nothing. Everybody, you good, dog? You straight? I know there's one little sister, she all right, she cool. You want me to hook y'all up? We ain't about to start a whole tirade, and we ain't making all these Facebook posts and, and demonizing our women, none of that. And I think I think all the women that have been dogged by men, that stuff is overshadowing. I want to even go as far as to say that Facebook is pushing that stuff. It's pushing it in front of our eyes, and this has somehow become the standard, and it's getting in the way of brothers and sisters getting married. It's created this insecurity in our women because it may happen once or twice. It happens to men too. If it's happening to you, it happened to a man as well. And when a brother has to marry the sister, he gotta jump through rings of fire. It's a problem in the community. Why is that my problem? Why am I worried about it? Because I got a lot of sisters that tell me, you already got a wife. Why are you worried about it? Why don't you worry about your wife? Popping off just like that. Why is because I got to marry a lot of these people. I got to introduce a lot of these people. I got to be the wakil for a lot of these people. I have to. It's my duty to the community. Oh, even if I'm not doing that, most brothers are not doing that. Why? Why should I be worried? Because this is a community. Just like the Prophet ﷺ said, if one part hurts, the whole entire community is hurt. So if we have this uh, insecure understanding or insecure standard uh, mentality in our community, it's going to be hard for my daughters. My daughters is going to pick that up. I have a grown daughter. I have a grown daughter and a daughter that's getting ready to be grown. Both of them insecure. Well, I don't know about the second one, but my oldest insecure, and she had not been. She was speaking all the stuff that y'all be saying about how men dogs, and she ain't never been dogged by a man. At the first times when I was hearing about it, she's inheriting this toxic mentality. Caused a problem between her and I. It caused a problem between her and I. And I ain't gonna go too much into that because that's not what the program is about. But wallahi ta'ala, once I found out that she was of age, I said, okay, I'm gonna find you. We're gonna go to the masjid. I'm gonna find you a good young brother. You just ain't gonna be out here sleeping around and making babies and piling them up. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. That's how you got here. We're not doing that. And she didn't listen. She told me, Dad, I don't never want to be married. I said, why? She like, because men are dogs. And men do this, and men do that, and men do this. And yeah, men do. They do. Not the brothers. I don't see brothers might take 2 or 3 wives or whatever and sneak and talk to one. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, that happens. And somehow, some way, we're gonna have to find a way to get over that. But I ain't willing to believe brothers just out here putting it everywhere. And that's how our sisters are acting. That's how they acting. Brothers ain't doing that. And if they are, y'all paying too much attention to the brothers on Facebook and y'all not paying enough attention to the brothers that are in the masjid, which means you're not going for what y'all looking at. The Prophet ﷺ told us to marry for the deen. Means you need to go to the masjid. Them brothers that's in the masjid, those brothers that are with the knowledgeable brothers that's sitting, maybe even the guy that's teaching or whatever, or the individuals that are teaching. Reach out to those individuals and say, hey, I want a pious brother, not the brother, that look good and he got the tattoos and the muscles and, he can wear the gym, he can wear the Jordan. What y'all be saying? Ain't nothing like a brother, the Philly brothers that wear a nice white thobe and he got the Jordans with the nice socks and he got the muscles and a couple tattoos from his past life on his neck. Y'all going for that. I'm just keeping it real because I want everybody to get married. I want us to advance as a people and as a society. And marriage is a critical point. It's a critical ingredient for us to achieve this. I want freedom for my people. And that starts in the household. The household builds the character. The household raises the children up appropriately. We got our kids know more rap songs than they do Quran and Sunnah. And it's just because it's our culture. You might not even be doing it in your own house. But since we don't have an established Islamic identity and culture, our children know more Lil Durk songs and I don't know them rappers. They know more rap songs than they do Quran and Sunnah for all kinds of reasons. So, a lot of comments. That rant was not supposed to be that long. Let me get to the ayah. Let me get to the ayah. Okay, so the favorite ayah, Surah 4, ayah 34. All the women's favorite ayah. All of y'all's favorite ayah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض وبما أنفقوا من أموالهم. That's y'all's favorite part. Men are caretakers of women. Since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made some of them excel the others, and it is because of the wealth that they have spent. But the part that I never see women quote, I've been on social media for 7 years. I have never seen a woman quote the next statement of this ayah. All I see is women quote that first part, not even the whole first part, because the second half of the first part goes against this whole gender war narrative that women then started about men not taking care of them just because we're not giving y'all what y'all want. It ain't that we're not trying to take care of y'all. We ain't making the most brothers are striving and they're falling below the standard of your desires. That's what's happening. It's not that most brothers are not striving like y'all say. Most brothers are just not willing to take care of their woman. That's not the situation. The second half of the first statement that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said is that the reason why the men have to be the protectors and the maintainers is because he gave men let me not misquote it. He gave one a favor. He favored one above the other. That's a loose translation. Fadl. That's the word that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used. And he used it in an intensive form. form. For fadlallahu, that's intensive. It's superlative. I ain't gonna go into no Arabic lesson, but uh, 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 first indication and first piece of evidence against this feminism. Y'all are not equal to us. I'm gonna say it loud and clear. Y'all are not equal to us. That does not mean that y'all are beneath us. It does not mean that you're less of a human being. It does not mean that you gotta walk behind me and I get to disrespect you and I can kick you out of the car on the highway. It doesn't mean that. What that means is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the responsibility of taking care of another human being to men, and he did not give it to women. That's what that means. Why he didn't give it to women? Because y'all were created to procreate, and procreation is a job in and of itself. Procreation is a job. That's is I honestly think it's harsh for that a woman would work and still be pregnant. That's tough. That is really, really, really tough. And some women have to do it. I commend all the women who do it. You are men can't do it. Y'all are awesome for that. My mom did it. My granny did it. Y'all are awesome for that. So this is why this stipulation is here. It's not because you're beautiful. It's not because you have 10,000 Facebook followers. It's not because you have 500 inboxes. And some of those brothers mean well, but you know, like I said before, because you got a lot of followers and you got a lot of inboxes, it does not equate value as a woman. Value as a woman is that you would be able to beautify the Islam that I establish in my house. You'll be able to beautify that. You'll be able to sustain it. You'll be able to uphold it. You'll be able to contribute to it. You'll be able to distribute it, and you'll be able to solidify it. That is value. That is value. And the evidence for what I just said, and mind you, let me reiterate, all of y'all are beautiful. All of y'all are beautiful. And somehow the narratives from Quran and Sunnah switch from the sisters, the Sahabiyats, having so many beautiful, virtuous deeds and characteristics to how physically beautiful you are. I don't see a lot of sisters bragging about how much sadaqah they gave or how much helping they doing for another sister. And I don't see a lot of that. I don't see a lot of that. I see a lot of self-indulgence, honestly. I do. I see a lot of self-indulgence. I see a lot of effort going into the outward appearance of the women. And that ain't working out. That ain't gonna keep a man. That's not going to convince the man of your value. It's going to entice a man. That's a whole different thing. Like the old folks say, there's a difference between a man coming to play and a man coming to stay. There's a difference. There's a difference. So that value that of a woman, the value that a woman is and brings is that she be a good Muslima to her family and to her community. That's the value. That's what a man is ordered to protect and maintain. We're not, or we don't have to have nothing to do with your high maintenance standards. I done seen sisters say brothers only have a problem with a sister's dowry and maintenance because they're cheap and they can't afford it, or they don't have to have me living in a cave, or they don't have to have me without a car and all this stuff. This is stuff that the Sahabiyat never said. Never. Ain't none of y'all as good as them. None of y'all as good as them. So you don't have no right to say that stuff. So the second half of that ayah, of that particular part of the ayah, goes against what is the mentality with our women today, that we have to take care of y'all just because you're a woman. just because you're a woman and just because you're willing to hold your beauty hostage until you get a man that's going to be subservient to your worldly desires. That's what we got going on. Going further, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said next in this ayat, focus on this part. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. فَالصَّالِحَاتُ قَانِتَاتٌ حَفِظَةٌ لِلْغَيْبِ بِمَا حَفِظَ اللَّهِ. So the big thing I want our women to focus on is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defined these women that defined women. And he made a distinction. In Arabic, once y'all start to learn Arabic, y'all learn that Arabic is very meticulous, very meticulous, very meticulous. Arabic focuses on, and especially the Fusha, it focuses on the details of the matter. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was addressing the men and giving them their responsibility, he said all men. Al-Rijalu Qawamun. All men are the protectors and the maintainers. All men. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala went to focus on what the man is going to protect and maintain, he specified with the women. He didn't say all the women. He didn't say that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said all the women in the first statement. Ala Nisa'i. He did. He said all the women there. So don't try that one. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came back to define who are these women that are protected and maintained. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala went and specified it. Fasalihatu, the righteous women. Qanitatu, the qanit women. The qanit women. Somebody right now put it in the comments what because y'all are smart and y'all are smarter than me. Somebody put it in the comments right now. What is a qanit? What is a qanit woman? Ooh, Lord have mercy, it's a lot of comments. I expected a lot of comments, but my rant is about to go to the Quran and the Sunnah. So the rant y'all can beat me up about. But now we're talking about the Quran and the Sunnah. And I gave you the rant first, and we're gonna follow that up with we're following it up with the Quran and the Sunnah so that I can show y'all why I'm ranting. Somebody said follow. Close. Very close. Ukhti Zakarita, yeah, you're right. But there has been studies. Okay, that's some conversation. We're gonna get to that. What is a carnate woman? Did somebody say that or are you saying that? No, okay, you don't know. You don't say it. You don't count. No, I didn't know. I guessed. Huh? I guessed. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm telling you. Don't. I want the viewers. You pretty much know. Maybe y'all heard her. See, she just cheated. See, I was talking about women stick together. She just gave y'all the answer. That's exactly what I'm talking about. No, not yet. But they might. I'm pretty sure they heard you. What is a carnate woman? One who follows. Yeah. Was that a woman that said that? Because I can't see it. I can't see it. So look at look now I'm pulling teeth. Who is that? Who is that? Who said that? The comment I have on the screen. That's the new sister from Toledo. The new sister from Toledo. One we was just talking about. Sanika. The other one. Sanika. Not the sisters. No. The one who is cool with the sisters. Yes. Okay. Congratulations on your new shahada. Okay, so I ain't gonna get on you because she literally just shahada. Good job, good job. One who follows, good job. Very good guess. I thought it was one of the sisters that give me a hard time for these types of conversations. I was about to say, look at you just being disobedient. Okay, I don't know who said this. Sorry, I can't give you your credit. I like to give people their credit. Obedient. 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 Dare I say it? Yes. Mr. Abdul Kabir Muhammad Al Maliki Al Ash'ari Salafi Slayer, all this stuff. I'm prehistoric. I'm gonna say it for y'all. He's prehistoric. He's barbaric. He's a chauvinist. Obedience. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala went in. He did not specify the men. He charged all the men to be the protectors and the maintainers of the women. But he specified what type of women get this maintenance and not maintenance, get this protection and this protection and maintenance. He specified it. Allah did, I didn't. So the point that I want to make with y'all favorite ayah, this is y'all favorite verse to quote. Y'all like to quote that first statement. Ar-Rijal Qawwamuna. That's it. Y'all Ala Nisai. That's it. Y'all don't go no farther than that. Y'all don't go. I've never seen a Facebook post that went any further than that. I've never have. Personally. Y'all like to quote that. Men are the protectors and the maintainers of the women. And y'all are giving y'all own emotional interpretation of this ayah. Which means you can be mouthy, you can be disrespectful, you can have all the attitude in the world, and I can imagine. Listen, it don't just come out on Facebook. You like that off of Facebook. You ain't no whole nother other person on Facebook. You're not. You are not. 9 times out of 10, that's who you are. And if you like that with so many different, I see so many women just going at men on the comments, and all the brothers. I know one brother that don't agree with me, and I'm going to get with him. He's a friend of mine. I'm going to get with him. I'm going to have to pull him to the side. But 99% of the brothers, they be rocking with the brother, your big homie. They rock with me. And the brothers, they really don't want that smoke. Mine's is good. She understand the assignment. Every now and then, I got to grab her by her hijab. But she understand the assignment. And she a tough cookie. She ain't no pushover. She ain't no woman I said shut up. Oh, no, it don't work like that. No. She actually keep me sharp. She keep me in my books. She keep me straight to make sure that what I'm commanding and what I'm demanding as far as obedience is right and exact. She makes sure of that. She's a black woman. She ain't just going to obey because I say, hey, look here, woman. No. I ain't got one of them. We stay up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning going back and forth. And I got to articulate my deservingness of obedience. That's a normal thing. But as soon as it clicked, she straight now. Straight. So, which is why, I'm really trying to push her out in front of the eyes of the people so that she can be more of an example. She's very shy, so she can be more of an example. I really value that. I really, 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 really value that. Because there cannot be any order if there's not a leader on anything. Y'all arguing and contending with us. And don't give me, and y'all probably already done put it in the comments, and I just ain't got to it yet. I ain't got to it yet. But y'all probably already done put in the comments, I would submit if I had something to submit to. I just told y'all what the statistic was. 70% of the brothers out here making $48,000 a year, and they going to work. So you mean to tell me as fine as you are, and as many likes you get on your pictures, and how many inboxes you got that you got to put it on your profile, no inboxes, that you are shopping out of that 30% that ain't doing that? No, it ain't even the 30%. It's like 10% of brothers that's making below that $48,000. The rest are making above that $48,000, and you definitely ain't shopping in that. Them women that's in that 7 to 8% percentile of brothers that's making $150,000 or more, they happy. They the ones that's on the island and y'all liking they pictures, and they like, that's what my man's gonna have to do for me. That's the rare. That's cool. I ain't saying it's haram. I ain't saying that a woman can't have that. Shoot, y'all see us go on a trip every time we smack us a lick. We on a trip. We go on to Florida. And sometimes we ain't coming back. So I ain't saying don't live your life and don't enjoy it or whatnot. And we're able to do that because I don't have a demanding wife. I couldn't do it. I don't have no woman bothering me about no purses and no shoes and makeup and all this mess, which is also something that our scholars preach against. I don't know why y'all haven't spent too much time in that sphere of understanding. The lectures are all over the place. So many different books mention this stuff that I'm telling y'all on how to be a simple wife. Our women aren't striving to be simple wives. Our wives, our women are striving to be like Atlanta housewives and what do you call it? Married to medicine. And those women are monsters. And they men are women. Them dudes are suckers for money. They prostitutes. They pimp they women out to these networks. And the networks are pimping out the women to the community. Our women act like the Atlanta housewives and they throw the hijab on and then come in there and tell you you're a protector and you're a maintainer. That ain't the thing. Aisha, the mother of the believers, she lived in a room, a box. I'm gonna put the picture up. One of our shuyukh, Nadim Sheikh, he sent me the picture just about an hour ago. I'm gonna put the picture up of Aisha's house. What y'all gonna say? I ain't no Aisha. I ain't no Khadijah. Well, you need to be an Aisha or a Khadijah. What is wrong with you? You think you better than Aisha and Khadijah because you making some kind of money? Because you drive a certain kind of car? Because you got an apartment or a condo? Maybe even you got a house on your own somehow, some way. And you think that that's what makes you better than Aisha? You would be better off if you was in that box that Aisha was in and you had the character of Aisha as opposed to having all this Atlanta housewife stuff that y'all got going on. You'd be a lot better off if you knew what I knew. You don't find Aisha and Khadijah talking like how our women are talking nowadays. They completely and totally understood the assignment. They completely and totally understood the assignment. So, bringing this all full circle, women, y'all started the gender war. There's only a war when you have a conflict of interest. You can't have no conflict of interest when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered you to be obedient. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered you to be obedient. I'm seeing sisters say, well, if he want this and he want his food every day at 5 o'clock, he need to get a maid. I ain't cooking when this and then when that, and then he tell me to get up and he need a slave then. This is ignorance. That's not Islam. You're not a strong woman if you think that. You're not a valuable woman if you're trying to instill this into your man. I ain't gonna quote the entire hadith, but there is a hadith when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said when, and I'm paraphrasing, he said, the good woman is the one when the man looks at her and she pleases him, and when he asks her to do something, she obeys. That's what a woman is. That's what a woman is. That's what your prophet said. That's what your master and my master said. You can't lead at the same time that I'm leading. And y'all don't need to be concerned with the individuals who are incapable of leading. He not going to get a wife. And how did he get you? If you mad at a brother for not being uh eligible for your submissiveness, which is an excuse and it's a deflection. I never seen I never seen a hadith, a fatwa, a qaran, a qawaid, an usul that put a monetary value on the obedience to the man. Never seen it. It ain't even in that ayat that we all just read that y'all love to quote so much. It ain't there. The obedience comes from the fact that I'm a man. We are men. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us that responsibility. He didn't give it to you. And yeah, you got some brothers. I mean, I find it funny, and I don't mean to be funny. I'm here to impart the knowledge. I'm not trying to expose nobody or none of that. I love all of my Facebook friends and family. I love all of y'all, but we got to be on Dean. We got to be. Ain't no way no woman should be getting on social media talking about how a man ain't a leader, so I got to get up and I got to lead for him. Haram, haram, haram. You think that attitude gonna make him be a leader? You think that's how you do it? The old folks used to say, the old ladies, they used to say you catch more flies with honey than you do doo-doo. Y'all know the real adage. You catch more flies with honey than you do doo-doo. Ain't no justification for that attitude. There's none. Now, if the guy's sorry, you can get you another husband. But not sit there and destroy him and then spew this stuff out onto social media, which women run. Women run social media because y'all the ones sit around talking all day. It's a bunch of guys. Yeah, I know we got them dudes that sit around and really do bash women all day. I'm not a basher of women. I hold women accountable. I think the brothers are doing a good job. I think the brothers are doing a good job. I really do. Could we be doing a better job? Yeah. But I think we're doing a good enough job because these men that ain't this and that ain't that, they the ones bringing y'all into Islam. They know enough to make you take your lace front off and put on a hijab. He know that much. Vast majority of African American women that are Muslim, they are reverts to Islam. And I don't know the actual statistics, but I'm willing to bet that more than half of y'all met a good brother from a time or two. And that's who introduced you to Islam. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. I'm not going to spend too much time on stuff that ain't the problem. We'll get there eventually, but we got bigger fish to fry, like our women not understanding the concept of obedience. And I'm telling y'all now, we're going to have a conversation about what a salihat is, a salihah, and about what a qanit woman is. Because y'all are even putting y'all own definition on that. So the conditions for these women to be protected and maintained, and there's more evidence. There's more evidence. If you read the rest of that ayah, I don't want to get into that part, but Allah, the second half of that ayah, the entire ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives punishments for the woman that is disobedient. There is no gender war. There is no conflict of interest. We're in charge, not y'all. What y'all can do is say, hey, and I've had a lot of sisters do this. Hey, brother, do you mind if I hook you up with my husband? Or I haven't intended. Do you mind if I hook you up with my intended? He wanted to ask some questions. He's trying to learn the madhab. He's trying to get better at prayer. Alhamdulillah. That warms my heart. I done had a couple of them calls. Sisters hit me up. That's what you do. That's a good sister. A lot of men don't know how to lead. I'm gonna give y'all that. And the men on our end, we doing our best. Y'all see me hooping and hollering on this screen 4 times a week at minimum. I'm building our leadership. I'm propagating the hawk. I'm doing my best to teach the hawk. And our brothers, so I got so many inboxes, brothers like, hey, yo, bro, I want to learn the madhab. Hey, yo, hey, let's hook up, bro. Can we learn Arabic? Bro, yeah, hey, yo, bro, can you help me with my tajweed? We working. I wish I had a big masjid and yeah, man, I get a lot of stuff done. I ain't into asking folks for money. I'm trying to make the money myself and fund all of that myself. I don't. I think so. I think it get kind of funny when you get to asking strangers for money and stuff. Black people, we're spiritually abused. We get a lot of religious people that come in front of us and ask us for money, and then they take off and they be on the island somewhere telling y'all to get on their level. So I'm trying my best to fund my own show so that I can remain sincere. Buy my own masjid. That way I don't have to abide by these rules and regulations by some people from who know where. About my own, get my own masjid and do my own thing. That way we ain't got to deal with none of that funny stuff. But the best thing that I can do is say something, and we doing it. We connecting. I got a few group chats. I got a lot of brothers that I'm my bro Administro Bay. We rock. A lot of the brothers we rock. My brother Darius, we rock. We still sharpening the steel. We ain't posting brothers. We ain't posting sisters in our groups and like any of y'all married to her like sisters do to the brothers. Who is this? Any brother? I know of a group. Is this anybody's husband? We not doing that type stuff. We building. We building. We fighting our historical oppressors at the same time, and we trying to get our women to support us, to get behind us and push us and support us into leadership. We working. I'm not mentioning no bums. I'm not mentioning no bums. I don't have to. I've been a leader my entire life. You guide the shepherd and the sheep will follow. Period. Them guys that are not natural born leaders or whatnot, we got that. When we built the masjid, y'all gonna pray when we call the Akama. Y'all gonna pray when we call the Adhan. When we say Juma is at 1:30, people gonna come through the door. We leaders. That's what we doing. We building. We building. We working on it. We good. Now the other part of that building, we need our women in line with us. Not behind us, with us. Not against us. Not against us. And I'm finding too much of our women holding their beauty hostage. I've known sisters that are marriageable, that are holding out for 5 years until they get what they want. And it's so many good brothers until they get what they want. What do you want? The Quran is free. The Hadith is free. This kufi cost me $5. I paid $20 for this jalabia. This is sunnah. My beard free. When I get on that flow 5 times a day, and all my other superlative acts, that's free. That's free. What are y'all holding out for? I know too many brothers learning Quran, learning Hadith, learning Arabic. That's what the protectors and maintainers, that's what that means. What's the evidence? I told y'all at the beginning. Look at the Somalians. Look at the Ethiopians. Look at the Sudanese. Look at the Palestinians. The Palestinians literally, them women ain't divorcing them. Their houses got blew up and they fighting the war. Black men haven't even tried to fight back against our historical oppressors. We finding a way to wiggle. They actually fighting the historical oppressor. And in the midst of that, they got their women and their children killed. And the house blew up. Ain't there no more. We sleeping outside. I ain't seen that one video of a Palestinian sisters like, y'all can't fight, y'all can't win the war, and so we divorcing y'all, and I'm holding out until I find me a real warrior, until I get a warrior that can really defeat the Jews. That's how our women treating us. Allah didn't choose for us to be free right now. We making $40-some thousand a year, sister, on average. And mind you, that other 10 to 15% in that range, it ranges from $48,000 all the way up to $150,000. So the percentages are very small. The pickings are real slim. Real slim. And all those guys that's in that upper echelon, and what are y'all saying now? That are top tier. Y'all saying this now. That's scary when a brother look at that and you post this beautiful picture of yourself and you be like top tier, or you doing all these elegant things that you done wasted your money on. You ain't even making that much money. You making money. You ain't making that much money. You treating yourself to these elegant dinners and you put on this nice stuff and then you take all these pretty pictures and you say top tier. That terrifies African American men. We don't have equal opportunity, so how could we have equal education? How could we, if we don't have equal education, how could we have equal opportunity at making equal pay? This historical oppression is established. Be easy on us. That doesn't call for y'all to be disobedient and disrespectful to us. It don't cause for that. Y'all are interpreting a man can't provide. Y'all's interpretation of a man can't provide is the fact that y'all are working 60 and 70 hours. Y'all killing yourself just to buy nice things. And men, we like, no. Number one, I'm gonna be slaving for a bit of nothing. I'm gonna work and I'm gonna do what's necessary. And when I get an opening, I'm gonna run through it. And I'm gonna study my deen and I'm gonna practice my deen. Women, y'all working 60, 70, 80 hours and y'all buying a bunch of stuff and then y'all taking a bunch of pictures with all this stuff and then y'all say my dowry 15,000. If my value ain't 15,000, stay out my inbox. Don't ask for my Wali number. That ain't why. That ain't what the Prophet ﷺ said get married for. Prophet ﷺ said get married for the deen. He told us not to marry women for what y'all got. And because of what y'all got. Prophet ﷺ told us not to do that. That's the opposite of the deen. This is feminism. That's not Islam. Islam is simple. It's moderate. Let me read one more hadith and we're going to get to the comments. There's a hadith that backs up this ayah. And I want this to really, truly shake the soul of our women. I wanted to, and I'm going to explain it a little bit because y'all think that we think that y'all slaves. And I'm seeing women say, oh, men misuse Islam. Like ayahs like this, like y'all have to be obedient. And hadiths like what I'm about to read right now. Y'all say that we're abusing y'all about this or whatnot, not to undermine the men that have used the deen to abuse women. Vast majority of brothers are not doing that. Not doing it. Vast majority of sisters are not married. Y'all are not married. That's concerning. And then on top of that, y'all complaining about us going to get a non-Muslim woman, give her some dawah, and then she come to Islam. The non-Muslim women, dare I say it, the non-Muslim women they like pay bills. Like, I don't care if he paid the water bill and that's all that he paid. Hey, I'm a Muslim. Respect to my non-Muslim sisters. The non-Muslim women got it hard. Them dudes is breaking it off on the non-Muslim women. And most of our women were non-Muslim once before. Y'all know what them brothers is doing. The Muslim brothers ain't doing that for the most part. Every brother talking about getting married. I don't care if he talking about getting married to 4 of you or not. He talking about getting married. The non-Muslim dudes, they dropping it off wherever they can put it. And so when the non-Muslim women, brother like shoot, the sister said a dowry 20,000. Non-Muslim women, she like dowry. What's that? Then the brother like, oh, I got to give you something, to validate the marriage. I'm like, okay, buy me a ring. Done. And y'all complaining about that. Y'all complaining. Brother might already have a wife. Wife is pulling him like a doggone puppet to go and get her a $500,000 house. That ain't sunnah. That ain't sunnah. And to be able to, that's astronomical in this day and age. It's astronomical. It's astronomical. Most guys will not achieve that. That breaks a man's spirit in his marriage. And a woman will just act a fool in the marriage. She'll act a whole fool until he finally say divorce. Break his heart. Destroy his whole family. She don't care. She gonna take them kids and she gonna hold out for the next 5 or 6 years, and she gonna beautify herself on Facebook, and she gonna filter all 1,000 inboxes that she get, and she be like, okay, there go the 5% brother right there. The brother that's making $150,000. There you go, right there. Salaikum. Walaikum salam. That's what y'all do. Salaikum. Okay, let me read this hadith and then I'm going to read y'all cussing me out. I know y'all is. I ain't seen none of the comments, so I didn't get to none of these points. Okay, hadith. Sahih. Sahih Bukhari. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Once Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam went out to the musalla to offer the prayer of Eid al-Adha or Eid al-Fitr. Then he passed by the women and he said, yeah, no, hold on. What's the word? Let me look at the Arabic. So I don't misquote it. Oh, women. Ma'asharan nisa'i. Okay, yeah, I want to make sure it's the word. Oh, women. Tasaddaqna. Give sadaqah. As I have seen, the majority of the dwellers of the hellfire were you. They were women. They asked, how so? Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. He replied, because you curse frequently. You do la'na. Tukthirna la'na. Yeah, you. Most of you do la'na. Yeah, this is like in this context, as far as my Arabic has taught me, this is basically the Prophet saying, y'all got smart mouths. It's literally translated as y'all curse, but in context, your mouths you're sassy. And you are ungrateful to your husbands. I have not seen anyone more deficient in intelligence and religion than you women. A cautious, sensible man could be led astray by some of you that are that kind of way. The women asked, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, what is deficient about our intelligence and our religion? Yeah, because I know y'all was asking that when I said that. Back to the hadith. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, is it not that the evidence of two women is equal to one man? They replied in the affirmative. They said, yeah. He said, this is the deficiency in your intelligence. Isn't it true that a woman can neither pray nor fast during her menses? The women replied in the affirmative. And he said, this is the deficiency in your religion. And that's a riwayah from Sahih Bukhari. There's another one I want to read before we start arguing. uh, لن يفلح قوم والله أمرتهم. SubhanAllah. I lost the reference for this one. I think this one is the Sunan Ibn Majah. If anybody needs the reference, I can get it. Narrated by Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, during the days of the battle of Al-Jamal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala benefited me with a word, and I heard from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam after I had been about to join the companions at the battle of Jamal and fight along with them when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam was informed that the Persians had crowned the daughter of Kisra as their ruler. He, the Holy Prophet of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam, he said, such people as ruled by a lady will never be successful. These are the words of Rasulullah, our beloved, our leader, our master, our hadi, our guide. These are his words. The women are deficient in their intelligence. This doesn't mean that y'all are dumb, that y'all can't learn. This don't mean that. That's a simple understanding, a simple-minded understanding. He gave the example of what he meant. He didn't say it was because they were dumb. He said it was because, is it not that two women are equal to one man? I'm gonna give somebody an opportunity to answer that while I go through the comments. Why do y'all think that anybody can answer this? Woman, man. Why do y'all think that the Prophet ﷺ said that? Why did he use that example for the deficiency in the intelligence of the woman? Way too many comments. Yeah, maybe they didn't. Uh, Maybe nobody know. Prophet ﷺ said that women have. He said that women are the majority dwellers of the hellfire, and one of the reasons why he said it is because women have a deficiency in their intelligence. What is this deficiency that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was saying? Y'all wake up. Okay, I don't see nobody answering, so y'all don't know. Huh? Okay. See, now they're knocking them out the park. Emotions. That's why. He said, does it not take two witnesses for every one woman? So if y'all know in court system or when there has to be a witness for something, it can't be, if a woman comes, it can't be one woman. It has to be two women, not just one woman. So uh, uh, what the Prophet ﷺ was alluding to by saying that is that y'all are emotionally driven. If a decision has to be made and it's an important decision, y'all are going to y'all's intelligence will be affected by your emotions, which I mean that's for a good reason. Y'all got to raise children, so y'all are hardwired to care more than we are. That's why that's there. But that's your job. Here's our job over here. Our job, we got to order this man to be put to death. Well, I don't care if he got a family of 15 or whatever. He did high treason against the state. Hit off with his head. A woman gonna see his wife and be like, oh, let's just put him in jail for 20 years. He has a wife, he has a family. Maybe his kids can still see him. He can make toll, but nah, brother's like, split him in half. So, and that's it's not a bad thing that y'all's intelligence or your decision making is affected by emotions. That's okay. You're a woman. Uh, We got to be a team here. We got to be a team. We can take care of all this hard stuff. We go out and fight wars and negotiate big business deals and all of that. And y'all can go and do those other aspects of society that requires a lot more nurturing and softness. Like women dominate the nursing field. Not a lot of men nurses. We can't function without that. We can't function without that. My father was a paraplegic. He had women predominantly take care of him for 30 some odd years until he passed. So, that was this it's not y'all looking at it from a worldly perspective as if, oh, why I got to go over there? Why I got to be emotional? Why I can't negotiate a big deal? You can. We're not saying that you can't. We're just saying that you're not hardwired for it. This is why you don't see a lot of women in the top in the Fortune 500. You don't see a lot of women. Not a lot of black women anyway. uh, Nothing against the black women, but this is just not our nature. So uh, I read that hadith because I want y'all to know that it's haram to be mouthy to the men. That's haram, and the ungratefulness is just it's out of control. Buy this, buy that, dowry this. Man can't provide. Man do this. Man, that's ungrateful. That's ungrateful. That's the ungratefulness. Complaining about how big the house is. We want a car. I want another car. I don't have so many garments. Brother, everything that the man can't do or hasn't done, the women will find a way to complain about it. They will find a way to complain about it, especially if they see one of their friends getting it and doing it, and she having a good life and all of that. And she gonna bring that home. And I know this to be a fact. I deal with it on a regular basis as quote unquote leader in the community. So I'm wrapping up my rant slash lesson. The my I want to push through. I mean, I said some harsh things. Just like the Prophet said, he said he looked at, he was shown the hellfire, and the majority of the hellfire was women. We're not following that, y'all. We're not following that. I'm sorry. Y'all gotta follow us. And there's another hadith I got here that says that, the man is basically, I'm paraphrasing, the man is basically your key to paradise. I'm the key to paradise, not you. And don't quote me that hadith about the woman, the woman, the woman. Y'all don't know what that means. I don't want to see nobody quote that because y'all don't know what that means. But Prophet said explicitly, we are the gate to your salvation. And that's due to the harmony that we have to operate in. In the United States, we don't have two presidents. In whatever state you live in, you don't got two governors. In whatever city you live in, you don't have two mayors. There's one president, one governor, one mayor. One person saying we're going this way, good or bad, we're going that way. For some reason, women like, I think we should go this way. Why? Because I can't have an opinion. I got an opinion, and you just trying to silence me. You don't want me to have, man. Forget all of that. That ain't your job. That's not your job. Now, that ain't to say that a man can't listen to you and that you don't have nothing to contribute to intelligence and conversation or none of that. But when I say we're going this way, that's the way we're going. That's it. Now, you can say, babe, we go to, if I go the wrong way, you can say, babe, I was trying to tell you that you need to go that way. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. But y'all like, and see, you don't never listen. That's what's wrong with you. And take me home. That's what we got going on. This is that line that's spoken of in that hadith. Our brothers and sisters that's in India and Arab and Palestine, and no, alhamdulillah, don't tell me to go get one of the women. Don't tell me that. Because whenever I say this, black women get offended. we don't come from Islamic cultures. We become Muslim and then we learn Islamic culture. They born and raised, they got generations of it. We still coming out of slavery and all of that, like I mentioned before. So we're emulating. The brothers are. We get with the shuyukh from over there. We talk with the shuyukh. We trying our best to learn the mannerism of the shuyukh. We learning knowledge. We students of knowledge. We doing that. The brothers are doing that. Now y'all get with those sisters and learn that adab. Y'all learn that respect. Y'all learn that. Learn that admiration that y'all should have for your husband because of this. Not just because he's a man and not just because he's bigger than you and stronger than you or he might have more money than you. Not because of that, but because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordained it. That's why. There's nothing special about men. Nothing special. This is Allah's system. We're the tool that's supposed to take care of the higher line things in society. That's just how it is. Allah made the decision, not me. Allah did. And yes, you can work and all of that, but why you want to work? Why y'all want to work so much? I ain't saying don't work. Get to the bag. But why do y'all want to work? Every single time you see a woman establish herself or she accomplishes things, all she do is buy a bunch of clothes and a bunch of shoes and take a lot of trips with her and her kids. That's it. That's it. Y'all just want to get a whole bunch of money and y'all want to spend it. You got a minority few of women that are boss like men. When you say boss, it's really like, a man, because most men are bosses. Most of the bosses are men, excuse me. They buy some property here and there or whatnot. But every woman, Muslim and non-Muslim alike, know that that men are supposed to take care of them. And even if she's a non-Muslim woman and she got her own bag and all that stuff, because our women are looking at these non-Muslim women having this great old time in life, even though if they die in this condition, they going to the hellfire, and y'all a little bit jealous. Allah Ta'ala said, don't look at the kuffar to be jealous at them. But it's pushed in our face all day, every day. Atlanta Housewives and Married to Medicine and all of that. And we seeing all these women doing all this weird stuff. They getting body enhancements and they flying across the world and they got all day. And never mind you, ain't none of them at peace. There's no peace in their homes, no peace amongst their friendship. All they do is fight, backbite each other, backstab each other. They sleep with each other's men. They have secret affairs. They ain't got a good life. They should be jealous of y'all. But we see this stuff and our women are intimidated by it. And so y'all want to go and work. Y'all want to go and work so y'all can be independent. Independent of what? Independent of a man, right? You don't need a man, right? Those sisters that don't need a man. I've seen several posts. It's okay for those sisters who need a man, and that's okay. But I don't need a man. I got my own this, I got my own that, I got my own this. Every single time I see a woman talk about her independence as a woman, it's always 100% is revolved about her material gains. It is not, I don't need a man because I already memorized the Quran. I don't need a man because I raised my children up. I sent them to the madaris. I got 5 kids and 2 of them are hafiz, and the other are going, and one of them is going to Ulumul Islamiyah, and he's going to be the imam. The things that really matter, being guided, it's always revolved around I got this, I got that, I got that, I got my own car, I got my own house, I got my own job, I pay my own bills. She just needs somebody to be halal with. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You need deen. You need deen. That's what you need. That's what you need. Prophet Islam didn't ordain you to get involved in the society and go to the masjid where the tulabul ilm and the shuyukh are. He said that the jihad of the woman is in her house. He didn't say the jihad of a woman is at her job. He didn't say that. And he was the one that knew Allah on a first to first basis, on a personal first name basis. He said it was in her house. Y'all are getting ruined jumping out of here in society and competing with men at making money just so you ain't got to listen to him. You want to go get your own bag so a man can't tell you what to do. So a man can't tell you back. I don't like that. That's too tight. Take that off. Y'all gonna wear it? Nah, we ain't doing that today. No, ain't nobody going out today. We gonna stay in the house and we gonna cook. Y'all want to go get your own bag, your own house, your own car, so that you don't have, and then so that you don't have a man that don't observe that right on you. And we supposed to protect you, right? Oh, I just wanted to go out with the sisters. Nah, not tonight. Not tonight. That's a little bit much right now. We got some other stuff going on. Y'all want to go out and have, the mocktails and have fun and all that stuff. Have fun. That's why y'all want to go get a bag so you can have your own. And man, you ain't got to listen to no man tell you you can't wear makeup. You can't pluck on your eyebrows. You can't do all this stuff that y'all say is fun. Y'all want to get a bag and have a man for that. Not have a man for that. But then when you go out and you accomplish all this stuff, you go buy your own house, you got your own car, you got your own job, got your own career. You want to go get you a little man and you want to put him inside of all of that. And then expect him to be a man. Expect him to come in your house and be like, okay, listen, this is what we gonna do. You're like, I paid for this, I paid for that, this mine, and that. Now y'all arguing because you're going against the natural nature of a man to lead. Those are little boys that y'all looking for. Anybody that's gonna come in there and be thankful for the fact that you had an opportunity to go to college and I went to the joint and I didn't, but I'm a good brother and now we got together and you was kind enough to let me move in because you got a nice condo and you got a nice car and all that. But I can't tell you what to do. So because I got to omit that ayah of the Quran, I got to forget what the hadith of the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said because you got your own. That don't mean I can tell you what to do with it. But you got a conflict of interest there. It's your house and it's your car, but Allah gave me the authority to say you're not allowed to go out your house and you're not allowed to go out and get in your car. Allah gave me the authority to do that. So we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. Okay. I seen somebody say men need to learn to cook and clean too. Men need to learn to cook and clean too. You sound like you like women. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not here to play with nobody. If you think men need to go learn, that's the emasculation that I'm speaking of. I don't know who said it. I seen it in the comments a little bit earlier. You like women. Was that a woman? That was a woman that said that, or that was a dude? Why I'm not going to say it? I don't care who said that. Whoever said that, you like women. That's emasculating. That's what I'm preaching against right now. You don't tell no man he need to go and spend that. Cooking, a man learning to cook and clean and sew and all that stuff, that requires a man to spend a significant amount of time in the house. I'm an earner. Allah Ta'ala told me that I am a protector and a maintainer. I got to go out the house. Me personally, I work 10, 12, 14 hours out the day. When do I got time to cook? How am I going to go learn to cook? This is what I'm talking about. This is absurd. I'm not going to not say it. I don't care who said that. Whoever said that, you're not above Allah and his messenger. A man need to learn to cook and clean too. That's the exact Latin that I'm talking about. I'm supposed to go out and get all this money so I can pay for your big dowry and your big house and all these purses and stuff that you want, but you want me to be in the house slave. That is traditionally a woman thing. Women traditionally cook and clean. What do y'all got going on in this new day and age and era? This is that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett stuff. That's what this is. That is absurd. To the fact where y'all talk, what? What? I'm out working because I have to. A man will go and establish his independence so he can take care of his woman and his children. I just said y'all go establish y'all independence so y'all can buy a bunch of clothes and fly and take trips. And while y'all doing that, I'm supposed to be in the house in an apron. That's not logical. I'm out working. I'm going to go out there and find as much sustenance as I possibly can, and I'm going to bring home. We ain't got that much time in the day. Hats off. A lot of women are doing that. Y'all are single and independent. Y'all got to work, 40, 50, 60 hours, and then you got to come home and clean, and it's destroying y'all. It's destroying y'all. That's why you need to get married. And I don't want women to have to work 40, 50, 60 hours. I don't want that for y'all. I want y'all to be at home with the kids. That's a better job than going out and get your own bag so you ain't got to listen, be obedient to me. Our kids are not in the condition that they should be. That's because our women are outside the house worried about a bag. And our goal is to become Muslims and die righteous. That's our goal. The goal is that. The goal is not, yeah, run it up. As y'all know, I got 2 businesses and I'm working on a 3rd. Run it up. Run it up. Get some money. Enjoy it. Not at the expense of your deen. Nothing is comparable to a woman being home with my children and drilling my Islamic influence into my children. Nothing better than that. Nothing higher than that. I don't care if you was President Kamala Harris or whoever she is. If I was her husband, I'd tell her, go home. Go let Biden pick somebody else. Go home. You would do a much better service at home. These kids, wow. They wild. They are wild. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Making all that noise in the masjid while we trying to recite the Quran and pray. Wow. Running out through the masjid playing tag. And can't nobody say nothing to you. Can't nobody say nothing. At home is the best place, like the Prophet Muhammad said. At home is the best place. And the brothers are doing a good enough job. They 70, I just told y'all what the statistics is. Anybody need me to forward it to you? I will. The brothers are doing a good enough job. On average, we making 40, 50, $60,000. Make it enough. We so worried about taking trips to Fiji and big sunglasses and all this mess. And the kids, I just seen a video today. Matter of fact, Nolly sent it to me this morning. I woke up to it. 100% a video of a bunch of women and children and one little boy stripping, strip pole dancing, strip pole dancing. I ain't seen not one dude in there, not one man, not one man. That'll be the day I go to jail. I go to jail. That's nuts. Y'all worried about all this freedom and stuff. And this what this freedom do. This is why the Prophet said the majority of the dwellers of the hellfire is women. That video, and I know y'all seen that video. I know y'all seen that video. Sick. Sick. Yes, I'm gaslighting. I sure am. I'm gaslighting. The Quran gaslighted. The Hadith gaslighted. Yes, Miss Ma'am, I am gaslighting. Yes, I am. We can get that out the way. Give me some more Latin. Mm. Brother made a good brother made a good point. We can't protect the women if y'all and persist on jumping in harm's way. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah, everybody. That's salam. Wow, I've been ranting. We do need to discuss these things because these are the so-called Muslim men some some of us are getting. Probably said that a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it. I mean, it's really a conversation for the sisters. I mean, I don't know what y'all want from us in that conversation. Y'all know we be lying. I don't buy the fact that y'all don't know that we don't be telling the truth a lot of times. The men and them abusers that y'all talking about. Precisely, sister. Precisely. An Arab Muslima who's married to a black American said blacks treat they women better and a lot of them are seeking black husbands. Just wanted to put that on record. That's what she said. Well, I'm gonna tell you what's going on in the locker room. I know several brothers that are just pretty much fed up with all the attitude and all the stuff that we got to deal with our women. And they said, I'm going to go get me a woman that's already ready. I ain't got to build her. I ain't got to teach her. Her daddy did all of that. She already ready. Conversation. We already did the Passport Brother show. Go back and watch it. It's on the YouTube, the True Akida of the Salah. We already had that conversation. I'm going to tell you what the brothers are saying. That's not true. Them Arab sisters ain't marrying black men. Black men are not financially stable enough for what's available in the Arab and the Indian community. They doctors, lawyers, and own property and own corner stores and all this stuff. They're not voluntarily leaving that amount of financial stability. They're not leaving that. That is their standard and it's their right to be maintained at they stand. They would be stepping down a lot of the times when they're dealing with African American men. That's just a fact. And I know there's some Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel Air that's watching this. Is like black men own property too. Yeah, I know, fool, but we own a minuscule amount of property, and our ownership altogether is minuscule up against our counterparts. But yeah, in the locker room, the Arabanian sisters they have sexual fetishes about black men. They're not looking after black men and being like, hey, you're a good brother, you're a good Muslim, you good. They're literally telling black men they're like, hey, my father said I could marry a black man. And a lot of them, I know a lot of brothers that came to me. A lot of them just sneaking with the brothers. They just sneaking and seeing what they can do. And I ain't saying nothing haram, but their families are definitely disapproving of it. That's what's going on the man side of it. As far as the women, what the Arab women are talking about, I don't know. I don't know many of them. But as far as African American men, mm-mm. Yeah, they ain't going. We're some type of fetish to women from other cultures. I mean, and I get it. It's just being real. We got some stuff going on over here in America. We got some stuff. Black men got some stuff going on, and it takes. I'm pro married black women because we're so fragmented as a community, and black women wearing black men. But I think personally, because this situation is so unique, it can only take a black woman that can help me become successful because she understands my struggle. A lot of sisters not empathetic to it, but they understand the struggle. They in it too. Y'all are more discriminated against than we are. Not more, but y'all are as discriminated. The effect, excuse me, I'm speaking too fast. The effect of the discrimination, the discriminatory effects are worse for the black women than it is for men. Example of that, on average, black men make 78 cents per $1 of every white male. And same difference with other counterparts. Black women, y'all make 63 cents per every dollar of a white female. Y'all got it worse than we do, and it's just because y'all are women for no other reason. Muslims do not need to follow non-Muslim culture and ideology same for our men as well. I 100% agree. I think a lot of our women are following non-Muslim cultures. Absolutely. And we appreciate you. That may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know this ain't the stuff that everybody want to hear. And I'm not that, what's y'all call that dude? Yada. I'm not no yada type dude. I'm not going to tell y'all everything y'all want to hear. I'm not going to do that. That's fake. That's fake. If y'all think, and it's silly that women get involved with this yada dude. I don't even know who he is. I just learned about this guy, Muslim or not. I don't know if he's Muslim or not. I don't care if he's Muslim or not. He ain't moving correctly. He ain't moving. He causing all type of fitna. He just made a post today. I think today or yesterday talking about he give his wife $250,000 a month. Did he say a month or a year? Did you see that post? He either said a year or a month or something like that. Man, come on. Kids getting bombed and you already got money and kids getting bombed in Gaza and you giving your wife $250,000 a month? What? That's no. He said a year, I think. And I think he said he gives her a allowance for clothes. Man, that's weird. That's weird. That ain't that ain't real. That ain't real. That's painting a fairy tale for y'all. He's creating content. If he is doing that for the right reasons, he shouldn't post it. Ain't no man gonna be giving that get just giving away wealth like that. Then man, that's too man. We out here dying. We have most African American men are in the labor force. We doing physical hard labor. Man, I'm not taking the no significant portion of my wealth and just giving it to my wife because she's my wife. Man, that's crazy. That's financial irresponsibility. That don't make no sense. The topic. Somebody asked what the topic is. It's on the ticker. Man, there's just too many comments. I'm gonna scroll through them. I think some of the brothers need to correct how they are teaching and treating women. Oh, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. We want a man to lead. We want we want a man to lead, but they be acting funny. I don't know any brothers that's acting funny if the women is giving the leadership. It ain't that you want a man to lead. As soon as you align yourself with somebody, he's leading. You don't want him to lead. When you get with him, you agree according to Islam and according to the Quran that he's gonna lead you. So choose a leader. Choose somebody who can definitely. And a leader doesn't mean some imam or he's a head of a leading financial institution. That doesn't mean that. That means that this man knows his father ain. That's what leading is. He knows his individual obligations. He can convey that to you, and y'all can establish that in your home and strive for as much more as you possibly can. That's leading. As soon as you align yourself with somebody, you by default agree that that is going to be your leader. If you don't, then y'all going to be fussing and fighting like cats and dogs. And it can't be that way. Now, like I said, it goes without saying that a guy who misuses it's a responsibility that Allah gave us. Just like it is with our children, not likening women to our children, but the parents have say so over the children. It's not for us to beat them because they a little smaller than us and and talk to them crazy and just because we can. It's not for that. It's not for that. That's a tyrant. This is this daraja is this level of authority that we have over y'all is a responsibility, and we are going to be questioned about it. We're going to be questioned about it. We're going to be held to account about this. Prophet Islam said, "The best of you are the ones who are best to his women." And we're going to be held accountable. And the vast majority of Muslim brothers I know, they take pride in knowing that. The problem is y'all not satisfied with our leadership because it's not the Atlanta housewife stuff. We don't sit back and allow y'all. Real men don't behave like the Atlanta housewives, and all y'all watching that stuff. And if y'all not watching that stuff, y'all got friends that's watching that stuff, and y'all got friends that got their man so wooed by their beauty that he's doing everything she want. Real men are not like that on no scale. I don't care if he good looking, if he not good looking, if he rich or if he poor. That's my nature. We ain't like that. We don't allow women to just go and just act crazy, and we just supposed to sit back. All them guys I watch them shows. It's very entertaining, but it's social science to me as well. So I know all the stuff. I don't even have friends like that. But all those men sit back and just laugh and chuckle about this rude and decent and vulgar behavior by these women. And those women are being handsomely rewarded. Some of them have more money than their men do. And the man, he's such of a sucker that he just sit back and he don't want to rock the boat. He don't say nothing. He just a whole sucker. Woman calling the shots because she got all this money and she got to pimp herself out to that. Like I said, she got to pimp herself out to the network, and the network has an agenda to exploit our women. We can argue all day about why, but they're doing it. They get paid handsomely for it. People eat it up because it's abnormal. We also need to personalize all of our experiences because each individual is different. It's levels to everything. Yeah, that's true. And everyone has different mentalities. Yeah, but for the most part, there are collective ideologies that form the individual personalities. Now that's sociology. That's a whole different conversation. Our people are not going to be able to adequately adhere until we purge out some of our cultural and environment influences. Absolutely. For a woman to talk about her husband to others is very haram in our culture. I assume that was a non African American sister that said that. They have not been through the indoctrination and trauma African Americans have been through, though. True. When we personalize everything, we take things out of context. Some issues are general, many are not, some are individual issues. I don't understand. Yes, we are all traumatized. But the way that we deal with the trauma is per the Quran and the Sunnah, not to act out. When y'all submit to the man, it melts him. You have the man at your submission when you submit to him. Alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make anything that I said beneficial to us all. I mean, Brittany N. Robinson, what trauma is there? What trauma there is trauma in 2024? What trauma is there in 2024? I guess they were trying to say. As someone from Ghana, what trauma? Don't seat in the slave mindset. The U.S. has a lot of things for blacks. That's a whole conversation. Uh, I don't know if this was a brother or a sister. So in Ghana, y'all, y'all free. Y'all got your own country. Y'all got your own land. Y'all got your own everything. I mean, I know that y'all governments are puppets to Western governments, but for the most part, if you don't get involved in their business, they leave y'all alone. It's not like that for African Americans. I don't know if this person is here or not, or if they've ever been here. Even if they are here or had ever been here, nobody who was never an African American will not know how it is growing up as an African American. We have the government clandestinely conspiring against our progression. Whoever this is, go and Google redlining. Google redlining. This is how you can understand that it ain't like what you see on the internet over here. Yeah, we got cars, we got clothes, we got strip clubs, liquor, we got all of that. We got all of that. But what y'all have is a culture. Y'all have humanity. Y'all have Islam. Y'all don't. Yeah, I've never seen the Real Housewives of Ghana. Hope you get my drift. Uh, I explained it as best as I possibly could. Um, that's a different. That's a whole different. Let me see that explanation. I try to put all this in a nutshell and try to spin it into our lingo, but I'm trying not to make this a classroom setting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I ripped my page. 13, 14, 15 pages just in this one book of tafsir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8 pages in just in this particular tafsir. Not to mind you, I got about 15 tabs open on my computer. So I explained it as best as I possibly could in context, in relevant context to the topic, which is basically that our women need to submit to us in order for us to advance. That's what I'm conveying. That's what I'm trying to explain. And there are good Muslim men out here to submit to. It's not true what people are sharing on Facebook. It's just, the stuff that goes viral is the standard in our community. These mantras that I'm speaking on are going viral. This is what people think. This is what our people think. It's gone viral that I would submit if I had something to submit to. That's gone viral. And we got so many women thinking that it's empowering to share this kind of stuff. So I explained it as best as I possibly could. If you need more than that, I can hook you up with this. Whoever this was. As y'all can see, it just says Facebook user. I can't see who it is. I study psychology, so I'm always doing secretly evaluation tests on everything and everyone. I can't help it but protect me from unwanted energy. Yeah, I do too. I'm a student of psychology as well. That's what I love most about the housewives, and even though I know I shouldn't look at this stuff, but it's study. It's a study to me. It's so fascinating. You can ask my wife. While we're watching it, I'm diagnosing all those people with the Quran and the Sunnah. I can say what all their problems is, and all of our people act like them because this is the stuff that they're pushing in front of our face. And they're trying to, and it's called social engineering. So, what you need? What did I need mentioned to me, Nyla? The comments. You said you told somebody 2 hours ago. You mentioned it to me. The ending of what I said, not the actual ending of the ayah. Oh yeah, the actual ending of the ayah. Who was that? Okay. So Nyla said that somebody asked. Oh, is that? Oh, that was the person I was just addressing. They said, "Can you do Surah 434?" That was them. That was them. Okay, yeah. I'm already in enough trouble with y'all. I don't want to go into the ayah that says that we could physically discipline y'all for not being obedient to us. I don't think y'all ready for that conversation yet. I don't think y'all ready for this conversation, but I had to put it on y'all because the pot then flowed over. And y'all ain't beat me up too bad in the comments. I mean, I'm not getting to most of them. It's over 500 something comments. I'm just trying to scroll through, and we on 2 hours 30 minutes. I'm trying to wrap this up, but I don't want y'all to go unheard, and I don't want to be not held accountable for anything that I said or that was not conveyed correctly. So I'm trying to skim through these comments as much as fast as possible. Hey, Fatima, salam alaikum. Okay, I can jump over here. Administro. Alayhi salam. Then the average man really don't ask for much. Yeah, that's true. Men won't respect, women won't love. Make that go viral. I'm telling y'all, the brothers. I'm trying to speak on behalf of the brothers, y'all. The brothers don't want to get cussed out by the women, and let alone their women. If a lot of my friend, I got friends that get in trouble for listening to me. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. Some of this stuff, it ain't stuff that I say. I mean, this is Islam. But it's not the idea. It steals away a lot of her independence in the home, and it steals away a lot of the authoritative influence that a lot of men just choose not to deal with. Sometimes y'all sisters, y'all just throw a fit so bad, and I'm gonna keep it real. A brother don't be trying to mess up his bedroom. He don't be trying to hear none of that. And as soon as y'all get mad, y'all abandon the bed. And we like, oh, nah, here we go with this. And then I gotta be on the phone to be like, she ain't mean that, bro. She ain't going nowhere. But y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. And then y'all hold us hostage by abandoning us in the bed because because we not acting the way y'all want us to act. And then you catch the brother texting another sister, and he want another wife, and now you're mad because he's not doing polygyny right. We ain't gonna have that conversation right now, though. But you see, Ali Hussein said, Alhamdulillah, you're right, brother. I'm trying to tell y'all women what's going on with the men's and what's gonna make you successful. What's gonna make you successful is not fighting with us, not manipulating us, not cussing us out, not being disobedient and throwing a fit and cussing and fussing and carrying on. That's what we have going on right now. That's not gonna work. What's gonna work is when y'all submit. Then the conversation can begin. And 90 some odd percent of brothers are reasonable in this manner. What we don't respond to is that masculine energy. Another one of those mantras that they guide us with on social media. We don't like that masculine energy. Y'all be like, oh well, you need to do this and you need to do that, and you can go and you can buy and you blocked and you can get off my page, and y'all be doing all of that. Listen, we beat men up that talk like that, y'all. Why y'all think just cause y'all women, y'all could talk to us like that? If a man say that to us, I'm a pop him right in his mouth, talking crazy to me like that. But my woman, not my woman, but I'm saying from the brothers, and I'm having calls on one on this ear, one on this ear. Brothers like, man, I think I'm about to be done, bro. If she do what a lot of times I don't be picking up my phone. I be trying to avoid the conversations. This what's going on in our households. You can't do that with no man. And we ain't allowed to bust you in your mouth. If a man do that, I'ma bust him right upside his head. What make y'all think y'all can do it? Y'all can't be like that with us. We'll be better when y'all submit. We ain't psychopaths. Most men submit to other men respectfully. We speak a certain way to each other because we already know if I try to test him, he gonna defend himself, and vice versa. So we move with respect. We submit to that respect that we have with each other. But with our women, oh man, don't get me started. And I'm giving y'all advice. Giving y'all advice. Y'all don't like it because y'all think y'all winning. Man, and some of y'all are. It's a bunch of suckers out there that do go for all of that. But the vast majority of the sisters are not married, and they're not gonna get married because brothers see that. And they cool. And you might be all that in a bag of barbecue chips. You might be. You might be all types of pretty and all the brothers liking your pictures and you got options and for days to go. Why you single? Why you single? A brother would deal with a woman that's not as attractive and is not as desired and she be more humble. Then we got to deal with these, with the Instagram models and the hijab. That's what we call them. Illnesses of the heart is the main issues, and this is where Islamic psychology comes into play. Al-Batin, the hidden knowledge that can't be touched, and that's why I study psychology. In Islam, unlike Western psychology, mentally and socially illness are heart and spiritual issues, not just mental and psychological. That's true. This is called tasawwuf. This is true. The breakdown of the black family, false imprisonment sentence, creating the narrative of a single strong woman over sexualized children and women, uh, drug epidemic. I don't know what a drug is. It's a drag epidemic in the 80s and 90s, giving black women higher paid positions, like Malcolm X said, who taught us to hate ourselves. Yeah, exactly. From talking to scholars and imams, I'm assuming. A woman can divorce if her husband takes another wife if it causes issues for the wife like jealousy and pain. Yeah, that's true. If a woman really does not want to be in polygyny, she can divorce. You can't force her to stay in a marriage that she does not want. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just, and that is not just to force a woman to stay in a polygamy or polygynous marriage. That is why it is best to talk about these things before marriage. Yeah, that's true. But this is what the problem is. Y'all think that y'all can control that narrative. Y'all think that y'all can say, "Hey, do you want another wife?" I'm gonna be like, "No, I don't want another wife." Okay, cool. And later on down the line, he might want another wife. There is no understanding on that. That's what women need to get understood. And yes, that's true. If it causes a woman a pain, yeah. But it's not true that as soon as the man take a husband, boom, the marriage. I mean, no, as soon as the man takes another wife, excuse me, as soon as the man takes another wife, the marriage is over. That's not true. So it's a process. I don't care. Any imam and any scholar is going to advise you or a sister to be like, okay, be patient. They're not going to rush to breaking up no marriage and breaking up a family, and because that's emotional, and that's why women have not been given the authority to do divorce. Once some time has gone by and she's out of her emotions and we're seeing how the brother is dealing with the marriage and he's doing everything right, and the only thing that is just bothering you is killing you is the jealousy, and that is causing you to withhold his rights and the rights of the family and so on and so forth. Then yes, yes, action can be taken, but it ain't there's nothing that says that a grounds for divorce is taking another wife. I haven't seen that, and I would like to be shown that if anybody thinks that that is true. There's Sister Fatima that plays a big part. That many people who are fluent History, forget that part. The war on Islam was the result of the European transatlantic slave trade. Yep. Yeah, this is a conversation in fiqh. You can also include this inside of a marriage contract. That's not absolute. A lot of people, that's common talk, that a woman can stipulate in her nikah that there cannot be another wife. That's not in stone. There's a disagreement about this. There's a difference of opinion, and it depends on who is your imam and what madhab your imam follows and what opinion your imam chooses to advise you all with. Because this is a conversation in fiqh. And to not get into that, to just give y'all a glimpse of it, nobody can say something is haram that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it was halal. So, Prophet Sallallahu actually reprimanded the Prophet Sallallahu and said, you make something impermissible that I made permissible, which was having more than one wife. So it's a conversation in fiqh. It's not absolute. It's conversation amongst the girls' locker room that you can do this and make sure that you do this, sister, or he's gonna get another wife. Well, that doesn't work a lot of times. Brothers don't do well with telling the truth about those matters. Best to leave that alone. Best thing I can say, and I can advise the women, and it was a meme. It was a meme that I saw, and a sister said when my husband wants to take another wife, and she like dressed up from like different cultures from different women, like an African sister, an Asian sister, she was a black sister. I think that's what the thing she did. But that's the best advice that I can give you is be as pleasing to your husband as you possibly can, and that 90% of the time will not motivate your husband to take another wife. He'll be too occupied with your love and the obsession of your love, that he won't even want to be away from it. Very few brothers that experience that will take another wife. It's hard to find that first and foremost. So to possibly rock that boat and get another situation, and then it might not be, most brothers, we think, we think those kinds of things out. My best advice is don't play with that because you're gonna set yourself up for failure. If the brother does it, then what are you gonna do? You gonna hold a piece of paper up to him and say, "You said you wasn't gonna do it," and then he gonna tell you, "Well, Allah said I could do it." Now what? But you're gonna go argue about it? You're gonna fight about it? What's gonna be the result? It's the biggest issue. We don't have our own identity, and the culture is given to us by our oppressors. I'm glad that that was made clear. I'm glad. Thank y'all for hearing me out on that. Thank y'all. Rahmatullah Ali. Okay, so man, okay, so y'all, I mentioned polygyny one time or twice in 2.5 hours, and y'all going good on polygyny, but we're not going. I don't like talking about that. We can't never get nowhere with that. The man has the right to do it. Nobody can say that the man doesn't have the right to do it. If he does it, you got to deal with it. That's the reality. Sorry to be harsh. That's the reality. I want our sisters to stop setting yourselves up for that. And let me say this, since y'all are here, let me say this. There are a lot of single sisters and they can't find a good husband. And they see you with a good husband, they might approach him because he's a good husband. They know he's a good husband. The world sees that he's a good husband. A lot of women are cutting their losses, keep dealing with guys that really playing around and ain't really about nothing. But this brother right here, he about something, and I know he about something. Prepare yourselves for that. And if y'all want to jump off the side of a cliff because it happens, the reason why the Prophet Muhammad SAW said in that hadith, y'all are deficient in intelligence. Because I would think for the life of me that even if the brother take another, he's a good husband. He did take another wife. He took care of you. He took care of your children. He providing for everything for you and your children. You don't want for nothing. You don't want for nothing. It's his own prerogative. He go get another wife, and you will allow your jealousy to drive you to jump off to put the kids in the car, leave that man with the other woman, put the kids in the car, and y'all go drive off the side of a cliff. That's what the equivalence of that situation is. Y'all have really been indoctrinated about this whole polygyny thing. Y'all been listen. It's a burden for the husband. It ain't a burden for you. The husband is marrying that other woman. He got to deal with her mess, not you. Now I know some of the I done heard some stories about the sisters being mad that there was an incoming wife and she didn't gave him all kinds. I gave her all kinds of hell and all that. You ain't got to deal with it. You can block the other wife. Y'all ain't got to talk. No, none of that. That's his business, his prerogative. As long as he is making sure and taking care of you, that's all that you should be worried about. What y'all need to learn in submission to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that us men do not belong to you. We're not your possession. We're not owned by you. We're owned by Allah. And what y'all need to understand is if a brother develops a desire for another sister, you should pray that your beloved husband doesn't commit zina with her and that he marries her and that it's halal. Once he developed the desire for the other woman, ain't nothing you can do about that. Y'all bang y'all heads up against the side of the wall trying to control a man. You can't. Worry about what concerns you. Sorry for the harsh words. We need to be real here because we need to stop making these posts. Polygyny would be fine if it was done right. We need to stop doing that. We need to stop doing that. And truth be told, there's a shortage, like I made the program last week, and there's a shortage of marriageable men in the community. This has heightened the sense of zina in our community, and we don't care about it. Men have allowed women to drive this conversation so much so that we've given in to y'all's jealousy, and now zina is everywhere. It's everywhere. That's not building a community. That's not Islam. You got the right to be jealous, but you don't got the right to act on that jealousy. I would strongly and highly advise, especially African American sisters. There's not a lot of available African American men, and when there's one, handle a situation with grace. If y'all already established something solid, keep it solid. Don't go jump. I'm gonna take the kids and jump off a cliff. Take this man's family. You're gonna crush that man. You taking his children away from him. Ain't nothing harming you about him having no another wife. Please don't get me started on this topic, man. Please don't get me started on this topic. It does not harm you. It does not harm you. Let me give y'all another example of my social science and my psychology that I love so much. I was sitting watching with the wife last night. We love to watch that cheater show. I forgot what it's called. Caught in the Act. That's what it's called on MTV. As a student of psychology, every single one. This man last night, this episode, and I advise y'all to go look at it. Last night's episode, I don't even know what day it is. The last episode of Caught in an Act. This man was good. He was not a Muslim, but he practiced the Sunnah. He had equal time with three different women, and they were good women. They were good women. He had three different women. Every single one of them was engaged to him. Every one of them. Every one of them was like, "Oh, I got my ring. Oh, me and my man." Every single one of them. They were happy until they learned about each other. When they learned about each other, they just exploded and blew everything up. They didn't have to do that. My point is, his physical presence with another woman did not harm them in the least bit. when they found out their woman ego that, oh, I'm this, I'm deserving, I'm Beyonce, I'm Rihanna, and both of them have been cheated on. I'm, all this women feminism empowerment stuff that y'all got going on, that kicked in and they destroyed their happiness. They were happy. They were happy. Watch that show. Look at all those women. They have no when they don't they don't know about the other women, but when they're not bothered by the other woman until they find out about the other woman. If you could be emotionally mature and be like, oh, okay, well, all right, well, as long as nothing detracts out of my situation, hey, brother, that's on you. I ain't got to answer to Allah about that other woman, my sister, my co-wife, and her children. I ain't got to answer to Allah about that. You do. But what is it with our women? It's control. And I get it because there is a shortage of good men. So when y'all get a good man, y'all hold on tight to him. Oh, can nobody have him? Can nobody look at him? Can anybody talk to him? He can't wear gray sweatpants. Y'all don't want nobody, nobody. He friendly on posts. You laughing too much because y'all scared to lose him. It's so hard to get a good man, and when y'all finally get one, boom, whoo, the fireworks. So that's obsession. That's not love. That's obsession. That's obsession. We belong to Allah. We don't belong to y'all. Please get that understood, and y'all will save yourself a bunch of headache. Man, this is going 3 hours, and there's 319 comments more. Ooh-wee. I'm scared for what I haven't seen yet. Oh, I can't see the rest. Maybe. Okay, we getting ready to get off here, y'all. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes. Dang, I can't even see. All I see is it's like six. It's 300 something comments I haven't scrolled to, but it's like 600 something comments. I'm sorry I can't get to them. If it's something y'all feel like I need to address, or I should have said, or I need to be corrected about something, hit me up, inbox Nyla, correct me, hold me accountable, give me your perspective. I'm listening. I'm listening. Uh, but we need to tighten this up. So we definitely gonna have a part two because I didn't even get to the other hadith. Now, I just want to know what would all the objection be when I read the ayah and I read the ayah and I read the hadith. I just want to know what the objections are. I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna go back and check them out. Look what that made me have to go get. Okay, y'all, we're gonna get out of here. Inshallah ta'ala. This is too long. This is way too long. I love y'all for the sake of Allah. Don't take anything that I said personal. I'm doing my best to put my best foot forward at okay, hold up. Okay. I thought it was something I need to say. All right, inshallah. We'll do part two. We had to skip Akita cast to deal with this, but y'all got a little bit of Akita. So I love y'all for the sake of Allah. Kulli kala hadha wa astaghfirullah wa la ilaha illallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.